And I'm aware that many of the Islamic banks run on this system. And the point to be noted is that I respect Sheikh Taqi Usmani. He's a great scholar. But I'm aware that he's on several boards of many Islamic banks. He himself says that just because I'm on that board of the Islamic bank, that doesn't mean that the Islamic bank is 100% Islamic. He himself says that he doesn't know of any Islamic bank which is 100% Islamic. But his intention is that if it is 50% Islamic, tomorrow it will become 60%, tomorrow it will be 70%, which I respect his view. And I respect the guidance he gives. But different people have different thinking. For example, I per se, if I'm in charge, I would want 100% Islamic. That doesn't mean what Taqi Usmani Sahib is doing is wrong. He wants to encourage the Islamic system. Now the difference, normally what the argument he gave, the example he gave, for a layman he'll be satisfied. But here we analyze that the example given in both the cases, there's a difference of chalk and cheese. On the face of it, it looks similar, but there's difference. The point to be noted that when a person is selling alcohol, what is haram in that is selling the product alcohol. Alcohol is haram. Profit is not haram. So you can surely match the profit but not match the product. Haram there is the product, alcohol. The margin, whether 10%, 20%, Islam gives you full freedom. The haram activity is because he's selling alcohol. Mentioned in the Quran, mentioned in the Hadith. So he's not copying the haram thing, he's copying the halal thing. So if he equates and says, if my brother earns 10%, I'll earn 10%, no problem. He can earn 15%, also no problem. But if he says that fine, intoxicant is haram. Now my brother is selling alcohol, I will sell drugs. Intoxicant is haram, whether alcohol or whether drug. So if he changes the intoxicants and converts alcohol to drug, even that becomes haram. Whether he charges 5% profit, 10% or 20%. But because he's copying the percentage of profit which is not haram, but he cannot copy the product. In the riba system of conventional bank, what is haram? Is the riba. Fixing a fixed amount of percentage on a fixed amount of money. Interest by definition means money earned on money lent. Riba also means an increase. So if you have fixed percentage of increase in the principal amount, fixed percentage of profit is fine, but profit keeps on varying. So there is a variation in that. For example, I said I'll take 10% profit. But the profit may vary. The profit may be 10 rupees, maybe 20 rupees, maybe 30 rupees. So I get 10% of that. Suppose I'm doing business with a partner. Whatever profit, we'll share 50-50. 50% profit is fixed. But I don't know how much will he earn. In 1 month he may earn 1 lakh rupees, then I get 50,000. If he earns 200,000 rupees, I get 100,000 rupees. So finally the amount that I get is variable. Any of fixing a profit, even on fixed amount, for example, if I say that I will buy this machine and after 6 months I'll give it to you, or I will buy it for you, you give the money back to me after 6 months, but I want a fixed profit, 10%. And then because the machine costs 100,000 rupees, $100,000, the amount comes to 110,000 rupees, even that's allowed in Islam. So if you buy 100,000 rupees machine, I will get 110,000 rupees. If you buy 50,000 rupees machine, I'll get $5,000 or 5,000 rupees, means 55,000. Is it clear? So fixing a percentage is allowed. But in riba, what do they do? It is based on the interest. Fine? For example, the difference, how you can differentiate chalk and cheese, is that in a conventional bank, if someone comes for loan, whether it is for steel, whether it is for wool, or whether it's for glass, or whether buying an equipment, computer ho, ya car ho, the percentage of interest is the same. Because it is depending upon the money. Whether you're buying steel or wool or glass or computer, if you take loan from me, I want fixed 10%. That becomes haram. In a profit lot sharing, car may I would want 8%. In computer I may want 12%. So if you fixed a percentage on the machine, no problem. But if you say, if they match the conventional bank, that means whether a person comes for loan, a businessman comes to take loan for steel, or for wool, or for glass, or for computer, or for car, his percentage remains the same, which is again un-Islamic. If the products change, the percentage also changes. So fixing an amount equivalent to the conventional bank always is haram according to me. He can say sometimes it may match. Like if the conventional bank is 10%, if you take from me computer, I will charge 8%. If you take from me car, I'll charge 10%. If you take steel, I'll charge 20%, or 12%, or 15%. If some of the percentage matches with the conventional bank, it's coincidence, there's no problem. But if you say whatever the conventional bank will charge, I will charge the same, and I'm aware that many Islamic banks work on the system, according to me is haram. What they say, that if we do not compete with the conventional banks, who will take loan from us? I speak to many of these people running banks, and they find me very strict. तो आखिर पे बिजनेस कैसा करेंगे? बिजनेस करना फर्ज है क्या? If you want to do business by doing haram activity, don't do that business, do service. How will we compete? Who's asking you to compete? Don't compete. Is it a fard you have to start an Islamic bank? Who's asking you? So if you want to start an Islamic bank, but should not break any rule of the Sharia. So the example given by Sheikh Taqi Usmani, I disagree, because here the haram activities, the fixed interest. So if we keep the fixed profit, it is nothing but riba, only you're changing the word. So just by changing the name, that doesn't become halal. A layman may agree, अरे profit है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? So therefore, fixing in the murahaba system, that's the reason most of the Islamic banks, they cannot compete with profit and loss sharing. I don't know why, because the system is not right. But if you analyze most of the companies, all the top international companies, if it's a zero debt company, that means it is not taken any loan, whether from any bank or individual, that company is supposed to be on a higher level. Most of the top companies, they go into equities. They go into shares, they go into stock market. And whatever share you buy, that much percentage of profit they give it to you. So most of the top companies, whether Muslim or non-Muslim. But those that work on the Islamic system of profit and loss share, they are doing better business as compared to those who take loan from the bank. So taking from the Islamic banks and fixing 100% the same as the conventional system for all the product, according to me, is haram. Hope that answers the question.